For the yogis who purposely make great effort to experience Magga Phala enlightenment, Sayadaw has been expounding the 9 principles to meet. The first 6 principles have been expounded. Now, today, Sayadaw would like to continue with the number 7. In Pali, the Buddha said, Kayeja Jiviteja Anabhikada Upathabedi. So this life, this body, or this mind and body would be the last. We should have such a heroic effort to make without desire to mind and body or life, or sacrificing, if necessary, sacrificing our life and a limb. We should make great effort. We should not give up for any reason until we reach our goal. So we must cultivate such heroic effort and perseverance. So if we leave the retreat, just a minor problem like headache or backache or knee problem, and then it's very sad, very coward. Actually, we should be courageous even to sacrifice our life and a limb to accomplish our spiritual purpose. So this kind of the heroic effort or heroic mindset is number 7 principle. So there are 37 enlightenment factors which are required for us for our achievement, spiritual accomplishment. They are 4 kinds of the mindfulness, and 4 kinds of the great effort, 5 kinds of the mental faculties, and 5 kinds of strength, and then 7 awakening factor, and 8 4 noble path. Out of these 37 factors, there are 4 heroic effort, courageous effort come under this category, number 7 category principle. So according to this courageous effort, we have to make courageous effort to arouse an origin or to overcome or to stop an origin unwholesome from arising, and then to get rid of arisen, unwholesome or evil, and then to arouse an origin wholesomeness, and then to develop origin wholesomeness. So we have to make great effort for these 4 purposes. That is called 4 functions of the effort. Samabhadana, Viriya, courageous effort, courageous energy. And another way to explain this number 7 principle is Kamanta, Josja, Naruja, and so on. So we are recommended to make courageous effort, heroic effort, by sacrificing our life and limb. So whether this body only left skin, and we should make effort without giving up. And whether this body, no matter whether this body remains only sinew or bone, we should not give up our effort. And then our blood and flesh, let our blood and flesh dry, but we won't give up our effort. In this way, we should keep the heroic mindset when we develop the higher vipassana insight. So this kind of heroic effort or courageous effort is called Chaturinga Viriya, the courageous effort of 4 factors. So during the Buddha time, almost every Dhamma talk helped the 84,000 of people became fully enlightened and something like this. Either the first sermon, Dhammacakka Putana Sutta, bring the 80 billions of the Brahma and the living being became fully enlightened thanks to the first sermon, Dhammacakka Putana Sutta. And a countless number of the lower level enlightenment like Sotapanna, Sakaragami, and so on. So many noble people became enlightened during the Buddha time with almost every Dhamma talk. So here question is why today many of us are not enlightened yet? Why we are practicing Satipatthana meditation as expounded by the Buddha and under the guidance of the teacher. So maybe the answer is we may not meet this quality or the heroic effort. Of course, there are cases in which the efforts are very excessive, need to be balanced with the concentration, like Venerable Sona, Sayadaw talked about yesterday. So Venerable Sona, monk Sona, he made the excessive effort. Need to be balanced with the receptiveness or the tranquility, concentration. But for many of us, we often fall short of such a great effort. Mostly we need to make more effort. We need to put more effort so that we can develop continuous mindfulness. So if we can meet this quality of the heroic effort, courageous effort, Sayadaw believe we can become enlightened. To develop continuous mindfulness, we must have strong faith and zeal and a great effort. Only then can we accomplish our purpose. During the Buddha time, there were many noble people who were fully enlightened because they practiced seriously, intensively, sacrificing their life and limb. One of them is Mahapala, and the monk, he was known by 3 names, Mahapala, Palita, or Chakupala. He joined the holy order. He was ordained as a monk when he was old. So after 5 years spent under the guidance of the Buddha, he learned how to practice vipassana meditation. And then he left for a secluded place, the forest, about 120 yojana away from the Savatthi city, the Buddha's place. There are about 60 monks, they accompany him to practice intensive retreat in that forest. So in the day of the Vasa, he admonished his fellow monks, or my brothers. So we learned how to practice meditation from the Buddha. If we make no effort in the practice, then the Buddha won't be happy. We cannot satisfy the Buddha. So we should honor the Buddha with our great effort in the practice. If we are forgetful, if we are mindless, the door will be open to the wholeful states, wholeful rebirth. So to open the door to Nibbana, we have to make great effort in the practice. So which way we want to open the door to Abhaya or the door to Nibbana? And also he asked questions to his fellow monks. So in which physical position you will practice meditation during the rain retreat? And then the monks said, oh, we will practice mindfulness during walking or standing, sitting and lying. In 4 physical positions, we will try our best to be mindful continuously. We will develop mindfulness while we are walking or standing or lying down in any physical position. And then the monks, they ask again the Venerable Palita, how about you? So how you will spend your time when you practice meditation, in which physical position you will practice? Then he replied, I make strong resolution. I won't sleep for the whole retreat. I will spend my time standing, sitting, and walking. I won't sleep. I will be mindful, develop mindfulness continuously in only 3 physical positions. And then all the monks had an appreciation of his strong resolution. So in this way, all the monks, they practice meditation very intensively and with the resolution. Early morning, they went to nearby village for alms, and only that time they went there, and after that, they spend all their time and energy. They devote all their time and energy to the practice. 1 month after the Vassa rain retreat, the Venerable Jakupala, he got problem with his eyes. He feel very pain in his eyes. So the physician gave him a medicine, a kind of the eye drop. So to apply eye drop, he need to lie down properly. And the problem is he make resolution not to lie down for whole retreat. So that he applying the eye drop without lying down. So the eye drop cannot get into the eye properly. And he didn't mention he make this kind of strong resolution, and it is kind of ascetic practice. He didn't mention he had undertaken the ascetic practice to not lie down for the whole retreat, because he's very reluctant to make people impressed on his practice. So the physician, the MD, he didn't understand why the eye problem not gone. So he asked the monks, did you apply eye drop? He said, yes, I did. But the physician checked. He only found the sitting place, standing place, and walking place. He didn't find any bed or pillow or anything. So he realized this monk didn't lie down. And how can it be possible to apply this kind of eye drop into the eye without lying down, without reclining? So the physician asked him, did you not lie down? Then the monk kept just quiet. He didn't say anything. And then he said, okay, I will discuss with someone. How should I do? And with someone mean to himself. So he discussed with himself how Chakupala. What's your decision? Which one you will take? You will care about? Your eyes or your Dhamma? Throughout samsara, the torturous cycle of birth and death, it's not unusual. I used to have the blind eyes, a deaf ear, and several kinds of the deformity and a problem throughout samsara. So blindness is not something usual for me in view of the samsara, around of birth and death. So actually I missed billions of the Buddha who appear to this universe. And I failed to accomplish my purpose or enlightenment. So even if I met one of the Buddhas, I failed to accomplish my purpose. Because I attached to this body and mind, I care about this body and limbs. So now I would sacrifice everything. And I would not care about the body, limbs and life. So I will care about Buddha teaching. And then he himself admonished whether I lose my eyes, whether I became blind, I won't give up my practice. Until I reach my goal, I will practice with a great effort, even sacrificing any limb or my life. I won't give up. So with this kind of the heroic effort and a resolution, he gave up medicine and he kept on practicing meditation intensively. So in the beginning, the physician trying to persuade the monks to apply the eye drop in the lying physical position, reclining physical position. But the Venerable Chakupala, Palita, he made strong resolution not to lie down. He keep on practicing in 3 physical positions only: standing, sitting, and walking. He never lie down during the whole retreat. So he won't break his undertaking, his resolution. So no problem. The eyes get blind. So he never cared about the eyes, he just cared about the practice. So he practiced the whole night, the whole day, the whole night. How inspiring it is. So if we yogi here, if the doctor advise us to lie down, we will definitely follow the doctor's advice. We may not follow the meditation teacher's advice. But for the Venerable Chakupala or Palita, Dhamma is the most important and nothing else. So he didn't care about the eyes, he just cared about the Dhamma. So he practiced the whole day, the whole night. So the way he practiced is, of course, the same, the way we do here. So we note whatever mental or physical phenomena are obvious to us. When we practice vipassana meditation, we just observe whatever obvious, whatever come into existence. We don't create any objects. We don't imagine any object. We don't control anything. We just watch whatever become obvious to us. Whatever phenomena, whether it is a mind or body or mental or physical phenomena, we just observe whatever is there. So when we see, we just know seeing. When we hear, we know it, hearing, and so on. So without making anything happen or not to happen, or without imagining, we just know whatever obvious to us. In this way, we discern mental and physical phenomena beyond the conceptual form and shape. And then later we able to see mental and physical phenomena and their conditionalities. They come into existence for certain condition, certain cause. For example, rising, falling, or the abdomen. When abdomen rises, there is a tension, tightness, become obvious. So we can see the cause. So the air get into the abdomen, and then the air element obvious in terms of the tension, tightness. So in this way, we realize the conditionality, causality of the mental and physical phenomena. And there is a physical phenomena, there is a knowing mind, cognitive phenomena, or awareness. There is only physical phenomena and a mental phenomena, mind and body. And then there are interactions and conditionalities. And then later we will see them arising and passing away. We start to develop insight into the impermanence. And then we will realize the suffering because all mental and physical phenomena are continuously tortured by impermanence and changes. And we cannot do anything. They come into existence and pass away on their own accord. Not our way or our wish. So we spontaneously realize anatta. And so in this way, the Venerable Mahapala or Jakupala, he developed progressive vipassana insight. He developed vipassana insights step by step. So in this regard, Mahasi Sayadaw composed a poem. So Sayadaw recited that poem. So the essence of poem is seeing or discerning psychophysical phenomena and their conditionality, it changes. We realize impermanence, suffering, and non-self. That the translation of the poem composed by Mahasi Sayadaw. Sayadaw here recited. So in this way, Mahapala made great effort without caring about his eyes and body and life. So the whole night without sleeping. During the Buddha time, the Buddha normally used the Magari language or the known as Pali language. But due to the Buddha's psychic power, anybody can understand the Buddha's Dhamma talk. Here we use three languages, Burmese, English, or Vietnamese. And during the Buddha time, Buddha used only Magari language, known as Pali. But thanks to his exercising his supernormal power, he let all kinds of people with a different language understand his talk. But here, Sayadaw relying on the translator. Anyhow, so Sayadaw believes you understand what he talk about. And in this way, this Venerable Mahapala put great effort, heroic effort in the practice. The whole night, he never lied down. So his eye became very painful and swelling out. No sooner had he been blind, he became fully enlightened. And at the same time, his eye also broken out and blind. So in this way, he sacrificed his eye for the accomplishment of the enlightenment. So there are some more things to talk about, but Sayadaw would like to cut the story short. So why the Venerable Jakupala became blind? Is it because of the intensive practice? No, not really. It is because of his karma. in his previous life, the evil deed he had done in his previous lives. It is a karmic retribution to his previous life. One of his previous life, he was a physician. At that time, a woman got blind and came to see him and got his treatment. But she was so poor, she has nothing to pay for the treatment. So she pledged, she promised, if her eye were completely cured and she could see clearly, and she will serve him as a slave along with her family. That's the promise, and that's the payment for the treatment. Then with this agreement, the physician he treated her eyes, and her eye totally cured. She could see very clearly, and then she was very scared. Oh, now I clearly see, but I make very horrible promise. If I admit I see clearly, then myself and my family will become his slave. So she told lie. No, I could not see anything, something like this. Then the physician, he understood. Oh, this woman could not keep her promise. She told lie. So the physician was so angry, and he purposely make her blind again. So that the evil he committed in his previous life. As a result of that evil deed, now as a karmic retribution, he became blind. So it is not because of intensive practice, actually, but it is just karmic retribution. So, yogi here, we don't need to be afraid to get blind because of the intensive practice. Sayadaw does believe we can become enlightened without damaging, hurting any physical body or physical part. So, in conclusion, this mind and the body, these all mind and the body belong to Sayadaw himself or anybody else, are the suffering because they are tortured by old age, sickness and disease and impermanence. And the attachment to them is of 3 kinds, 6 kinds, and 108 kinds. These attachments are all the cause of the suffering. Cessation of the attachment is Nibbana, ultimate peacefulness. The development of mindfulness is the path that leads us to the experience of Nibbana. So may you all be able to practice with a great effort, like Venerable Chakupala reach the ultimate peacefulness of Nibbana. That's all for
Sadhu, sadhu.